Hey, Magic Makers. I'm Mombirella.
I'm Yukita Cosplay.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Get your wands to the ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And we were up to no good in a lot of areas this weekend. First of all, we have Keenan saying hi. Hey, Keenan.
Hello.
We had the East Texas Comic Con, and then Yukita was.
I was at Free Comic Book Day at The Adventure Begins in the Woodlands.
Awesome. Alita Rivera says, hey. We have our special guest today, Jorge Salazar from the Retro Exchange. I'm going to get to him in just a quick second. Jeremy says, hello, everyone. Hey, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
We're going to do a quick mini recap on the East Texas Comic Con that was in Longview, and then Yukita's Free Comic Book Day real quick.
Yes.
Longview Comic Con, well, it was East Texas Comic Con in Longview, Texas, was huge success. Lines were out the wazoo. We had guests.
For first year, wow, it was amazing.
Love that. That's
so
great for an annual con, man.
Like, I was trying to get the guests through, and I'm like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, that type of crowded. It was great.
Yeah, it was. And then the guests, like the guest choices could not have been better as far as the timing on, specifically the Amazing Digital Circus voice actors were there, and their lines just like stayed long the whole time, and they were so sweet. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love them.
Kevin Sorbo was down the line, so there was Carrie Means, Kevin Sorbo, Paul St. Peter, Lizzie Freeman, Amanda Hufford, and Greg Peters was also the animator from the Animaniacs.
The Animaniacs and Pinky the Brain.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
We're going to take over the world.
And there was a special event with Kevin Sorbo both nights, right? I get to go to this. No, just the first night. Ah, sweet. So I got to go to the other one. It was Saturday night. I got to go to that. That was awesome.
One time only. Yep.
Yay.
Yep. One of my pleasures that I get to do when I go, I actually run the Comic-Con floor. And when Kevin's there, I also help run the VIP thing. So it's one of my pleasures that I get to enjoy. And so I get to do that all the time. So it's fun. I get to know the guests and I get to do the VIP stuff. It's really cool.
What a perk. What a perk. What a perk.
Well, that's the balance to it. So like I have the stress of running the floor, but I get to know like the guests and the artists and the vendors as well.
That's a balance,
which is really cool. So it's my balance. It's the fun part. But as part of it, I get, like the autographs for Paul St. Peter.
Hey yo.
Amanda Hopper. Carrie Me.
That's cool.
And then we have Ms. Lizzie Freeman. And then, you ready for it?
Let's go.
My Kevin Sorbo for this one is...
Oh, that's cool.
Nice!
The pop. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I've never seen a Hercules pop before.
It's actually really neat. I haven't seen it either.
Right?
One year I got I didn't get that. That I bought. And then one year I bought, he had brought Andromeda scripts signed by the actors. So I had bought one of those. So he brings usually something unique. I have autographs.
I love when he brings stuff like that.
They're actually on my wall over here. But he brings something unique sometimes, and usually I just grab one of those too. So
that's cool.
A couple of things that we had.
I was gonna say I got some Kevin Sorbo too. That was this one. Okay, so this one's a neat one. He had it sitting on his table, and so I got it for my husband because it's from Psych, and it's his guest role in Psych where he was the bounty hunter, and it's Kevin Sorbo in it. So if you don't know Psych, it's the fake psychic detective show, and if you don't know it, you need to look it up because it's a great show. But they always had like different guest stars, and this one was so funny, and the fact that he had that on stage was great. Oh, and for the VIP, he gives, I think you were saying this, he gives you one of two autograph photo options, and he had Andromeda, and he also had Hercules. I got Hercules.
And like a good size picture. Yeah, you get usually, this one we gave 2 pictures that you're allowed to get taken with them. And so
what was fun.
We did like a standard one, and then this one we did of hubby and I.
That's cute.
We did like a funny one. Yeah.
That's cute.
I love that. I got to put him in a headlock.
She did. It wasn't. She actually headlocked him.
Oh my goodness.
That was funny. It was like oddly intimidating to be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. It was funny though.
Let's go.
It was
Put
cool
you
that
in a
they fell
headlock.
for that. That's really cool.
Yeah, so, like, they did, like, one of the standard shots, and then
Mhm.
so I got to take pictures. So we did, like, one standard shot, and then we did, like, one funny one, and he came up with some good ones.
Yeah.
Some of the cool swag that I picked up was, Jackie from the Irish Crafter. Love her table. She has some cool
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what these
She
are called.
always has some good ones.
What are
I
these
just call
called?
them cups.
Yeah, but there's something specific, I can't remember what they're
Not a
called.
tumbler.
Yes,
Is it a tumbler?
they're
Tumblers?
Okay,
tumblers.
Yeah.
But her tumblers, you can run them through the dishwasher.
which is
You
nice.
can?
And I love when
So,
she has
Yes.
she has all different kinds of
mhm,
fandoms too, and she'll do mashups. I love that.
yeah,
That's so fun.
I have a Stranger Things one, I have a Star Wars one,
I have too many of them.
I have so many of them.
I have too
But
many.
because we did the Harry Potter meetup one, I have a Ravenclaw one.
Oh,
Did you know you can
Mhm.
actually bake in them as well? They can be in
What?
you can
I
bake in
did
them up.
not.
Her daughter bakes
What
in them. They bake little mini cupcakes in them, and they are
the heck?
they're
How
recovering up
did
to
they get them
400
out?
degrees.
You
How did
eat
they
them
get
out
them
of her?
out?
I don't know. I assume
She
it's like
actually
when
did
you
say she could do
do it in a
custom
cup
ones.
and you can just eat it like that out of the cup.
And
Yeah,
That's wild.
they can go on the mic. They can go in the oven too. Ain't that
wow.
crazy?
But her thing is called the Irish Crafter.
Mhm.
So if you're interested, make sure to hit her up. She also did some cool stuff where she like burned into wood, and she had some really cool stuff. There's this huge treasure chest that she had that somebody had gotten.
Mhm.
It's really cool. But I love her stuff because specifically the tumblers can go through the dishwashers, so you don't have to do them by hand.
I also
Another
got,
one
speaking of the Harry Potter, I got these awesome Harry Potter cookies, but like I ate them already, so I
I did
can't
too.
share them.
Yes,
I can't show them
I'm
off.
sure
I did
they
too.
looked really great.
They were the different Hogwarts houses, so I got Slytherin for me and Gryffindor for my boy because
Mine
he's
was the
always
Ravenclaw.
my long suffering cameraman back there.
Yes,
Mine was
we love
Ravenclaw.
Casey.
So, another thing I got is Shane from Chaotic Cow, Shane Lassiter. For several, like the last Comic Cons, there's something I really have loved that's on the table. And so this year for Mother's Day, my husband got it for me. It's two dragons. So we always say that this is
Aww.
Trevor and he's protecting
cool.
me, which is the smaller one.
Aww.
So I really
Aww.
liked it.
So
And so this
pretty.
time he went ahead and he got it for me.
Cute the
And
aw.
yeah, aw.
Aww.
And
Aww.
then we met really sweet two sisters. There was like two sisters, and then there was another sister, Barbara Haley, who had another one. This one was Christine Beadle, and she does these cute little dragons.
Oh
These
my gosh.
are, you guys need to watch the video on this. These are not hand
Yeah.
painted.
I'm working on the vlog from it right now, and I was
That's
just editing that part, and
fancy.
they're so pretty.
They're
And
not
each one
hand
has its own
painted.
little hoard, and like it's all actually the clay, the different colors of the clay.
Wow.
It
Ah,
has its own
Wow.
little hoard.
Wow. That's
that's
So it's the
cute.
clay, and then the
Oh,
They're
jewels
so
are
cute.
put on there. But each one has
that's
its own
cool.
little hoard thing to it. So they have like their own little stash and
Mhm.
they put them on a shelf. And then she also
They're
makes
just
these
so cute.
cool, cute little bags.
Wow.
Oh,
Aw.
and she was showing me that the outline around the design in the middle is their logo.
Hmm
I don't know if you can see it on there, like the edge of the square. That's their logo that makes up the edge of the square on each one, the outline. I thought that was a really neat touch.
Very creative.
Mhm.
I like when they take all that creativity and take it further than just a simple thing. You know, they really
Right? The details, honestly.
Yeah, and I love doing the Comic Cons because it's not just the guests though. It is the actual artists and the vendors. It's
Mhm.
almost like, you're walking into home. Oh, don't know whose computer that was. It's like walking into home because it's just like they're like, "Hey, it's CJ," and I'm like, "Yay!" You know, and they're people that we've seen for a while, and it's really cool because you get to know them because you see them at multiple Comic Cons. And
Yeah.
a couple of them asked, they're like, "Hey, are you doing?" There's one that's coming up in Lufkin, Piney Woods Comic Con. That'll be in Lufkin, August 17th and 18th. They're like, "Are you guys running that one too?" And I'm like, "Yep, we're gonna be there." So, Lufkin is Piney Woods Comic Con, August 17th and 18th. I happen to know a few of the guests that we may be able to let you know soon.
Mm, I love spoilers.
PineyWoodsComicCon.com. Look it up. I will tell you by the end of the night if some of the guests are up. Mombi, what other stash did you get?
That is actually all I ended up getting. I have a hard time buying, but I have lots of stuff on the blog that I shared that is awesome. So y'all keep your eyes open for that. We've been sharing pictures. Both of us have been sharing pictures from it. So, and then
Um,
I have sorry.
I know we did also get an interview with Amanda Hufford and
Good.
um
Lizzie Freeman,
Lizzie
yes,
Freeman.
from
Watched
the
that.
Amazing
That
Digital
was
Circus.
good.
They're
Super
the
sweet, super
voices
funny.
of
I
Tommy
did
and
learn
Ragatha, and they're so sweet.
I did learn that episode 2 was apparently a 3-hug episode.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
So
have you gotten to see it yet?
I have.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Amazing Digital Circus, they were the voice actors from it, and if you haven't seen it, it's all on YouTube. It's all free, and there's 2 episodes out right now. They just came out with the second, literally the day before the con, and so that's where their lines were so long. But it's a good show. You gotta watch it.
That's cool.
Mhm.
It's definitely strange, but it's like compelling, so you're gonna want to see it.
Oh, cool. That's
So
interesting.
Yukita, a few minutes or
Hi.
less, how was free comic book day?
Free Comic Book Day was great. So I got the opportunity to cosplay as Catwoman at The Adventure Begins in the Conroe Woodlands location. I did that with Princess Tian. She was Raven. If you guys came by to say hi to us, we saw you. It was great. They had a lot of cute comics. One of them was actually the Encanto comic. Of course, I had to save that one for myself because, we don't talk about Bruno. So do that. There's actually a few other comic book stores that were doing that as well. So like Red Rock City was doing that, and a few other ones as well in the Houston area. That was really neat. I loved seeing the families actually come together. We had one family that came in. That was the dad was Darth Vader, the mom was Princess Leia, and the
Oh,
kids
no
were
way.
Kylo Ren. It was
Oh,
so
that's
cute.
awesome.
I loved it, and they all came in, and they also did a special thing where if you brought in any canned goods, you got to have while supplies lasted, you got to bring if you brought the canned goods, you got to get 3 more comics per canned good. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Nice.
that was really cool. They got to get all those donations. They had a lot too. It covered an entire table.
That's
And
cool.
then some. They had a cool face painter. Her name was Gigi. She was really neat. I will post her information on my Instagram so that you guys know who I'm talking about. Gotta give love to all the face painters out there. We love them. They had a booth for Comic Palooza upstairs, so they got to do a cool
Nice.
thing where they were trying to give away things like what's it called, little pins. So they had pins for Comic Palooza.
Oh,
Getting
that's
the
awesome.
word out that Comic Palooza is on the way and coming and stuff. So that was really fun. It was actually a really great time. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Jorge,
yes.
welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So the Retro Exchange, it sounds like my type of place. I'm an 80s kid, and I understand there's 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff going on. So tell us about it.
Well, I grew up, I was 10 years old in 84, and I like to think that 84 is the thick of all the fun stuff that we grew up with. Everything that was from cartoons to music to the even, I like to joke about this, but the hair, the colors, everything was so vibrant, and it's so cool to see people walk into our shop or into our especially the flea market shop that we've got. It's a pretty big store, and people come in and they're like, I'm always blasting 80s music, and from all genres. And they walk in and they see the goth clothing, they see the rock and roll clothing, the vintage toys, the Hello Kitty stuff. We also have the homies line, and it's like they're like, wow, man, this is just like a better Hot Topic. So
Nice.
our
It
end,
really
Like what
is.
it used to be,
yeah,
right?
so our end goal is to eventually open a bigger store, a brick and mortar, bigger store, just revolving around that the ambience of the 80s retro with all that stuff. You come in and we want to be the store known for all those nostalgic things. I mean, we carry VHS tapes, cassettes. The only thing we don't carry is vinyl, just because there's so much vinyl, too many
It's
competition.
made a replay now, yeah.
So
Replay.
did the Stranger Things stuff boost that with the
Yes,
80s?
most definitely, and synthwave music right now is so popular. Where there's a lot of
Lizzie Frankenstein was very 80s too, right?
yeah, yes, no, they're fans now that their whole purpose is to sound like they're straight out of the 80s. You have the
Right.
Midnight Gunships, bands like that are just
Yeah, people wanted to be like us. Cool. I'm just saying.
yeah. And the thing is, I find it amazing, and I like asking young people when they come to the store and they're buying cassettes. I'm like, or CDs, even CDs. CDs are really popular, and you would think they're after the heavy metal music or rock popular stuff, which is it's a hot seller. But when I see young kids coming in looking for Hall and Oates, Lionel Richie, it's like wow,
Sam
Chicago.
and
Oh.
Garfunkel. Yep.
Because they know Chicago because of Peter Cetera from the Karate Kid movies when he sang "The Power of Love." Oh, it was "The Power of Love." It was, and so
Mhm.
they go down this rabbit hole of finding all the music from this one singer, and lo and behold, it's popular again. And you're right. The Stranger Things did boost a lot of these bands and music and brought it, cassette tapes back into cool again. And so we carry cassette tape players with cassettes. So it's explosion right now, of the retro stuff.
That's awesome.
Well, I know season 5 is going to be coming out, I think, in 2025. So it's probably
Yeah.
going to give it another
Yes.
pick up again.
Too bad they're getting too old, and the kids are now adults.
Well, they're supposed to be doing a spin-off, so it might
Well, that's good.
still
I didn't know
kinda
about that, but
Yeah, that's the hard thing about making a long series with kids is that they grow out
They
of
grow
it.
up.
It seems like.
but
I
you know
guess
Well,
what?
you could say their fame is running up that hill.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Dun, dun.
But there's something to say about the '80s, and I'm not saying it was the best era because the '90s was great as well. But for me, the '80s, when kids come in, when the kids coming
I'm
in,
saying I grew up then, so I'm saying it was, but I'm just saying.
Just saying the 90s are in right now, FYI.
So-
Okay.
we sell posters, right? And we have a binder where people can come in and they leaf through it, and if they like a certain poster, they'll give me the number and they'll buy that poster. And most of the posters are rock and roll movies from the '80s, and hip hop. And out of all the posters, we have over 100 posters, movies and whatnot. The one that I was so surprised sold out in a week was Bloodsport. You guys remember that movie?
Really?
Seriously?
I mean, it beat out
That's-
Back to the Future. Those are all hot sellers. Don't get me wrong. That sold out too. But Lost Boys was number 2. And so
Oh, nice.
I ordered the posters. I wonder what's going to sell out first.
Lost
And I
Boys.
thought it was going to be Back to the Future or Breakfast Club,
Mhm.
Ferris Bueller's Day Out. Is that what Ferris Bueller's?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, but no, it was Bloodsport. I don't know everything. So, but anyway, all those things move. I mean, it's amazing when I see kids that are 14 coming and saying, "Hey, do you have the Goonies poster? Do you have this?
Mhm.
Do you have?" I mean, it's those movies
awesome.
go so well. They still resonate with the kids today, and that's what I'm saying. That the movies from today, and I'm not talking about what movies. I'm just saying I enjoy seeing the younger youth coming in and really going down those rabbit holes of all these actors and movies from the '80s, and it just so happens that I'm from the '80s. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I laugh because they're just like, "Oh, Sean Astin, he's from Stranger Things," and we're just like, "Really?" I'm like, "Oh, no, Sean Astin, he's from Lord of the Rings." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, Sean Astin, he's from Goonies."
He's from Rudy.
No, Goonies was before Rudy.
That's Trey's favorite movie too, The Goonies. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you got Goonies, you got Rudy, you got Toy Soldiers,
Yes.
you got
Never
50 First
say that.
Dates, you got
Yes.
I can rattle them all off. Go ahead.
Doug.
He's my number
But he
one.
was an amazing Samwise Gamgee, though. I gotta
Yes,
say,
he
like,
was.
he's the absolute best.
I actually got to meet him on my 50th birthday. So yes, he was my number one.
The Lord of the Rings. I've always been a fan of the books and the movies too, but here recently, man, I just can't stop watching The Hobbit. And I
Yes.
don't know the actor's name off the top of my head, but I love that guy as Frodo. I mean,
Elijah Wood.
no, not Elijah Wood. It's
No, the Hobbit, the one that played Watson and Sherlock, right?
Bilbo.
Yeah, I
misspoke.
can't remember.
Don't know.
I mean,
I can't remember his actual name though. He's been in so much. I've seen him in so much. Now my brain's blank.
Such an amazing actor that he brings Bilbo Baggins to life. Like I read the book.
He did, like as a young
Bilbo.
version, as a
No,
young
no,
version
no,
of
The
him.
younger Bilbo, the one that
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
played Bilbo.
Yeah.
I don't know who is. I don't know who he is, but he was actually
Never
really
mind.
So I'm gonna
I
kidnap
know him and so much, and my brain is just not bringing up the name. I'll remember as soon as it ends, I'm sure.
my
I'll
daughter.
put in the somebody comment. What is his name? I cannot remember.
Okay, now I
Name.
need to know. Okay, so it's
She's
from
looking
the
it up.
I am. Give me time. I'll look
Please.
at Cast. Keep talking.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes. So,
So okay, so I've
of the
only
bag and
actually
scissors.
gotten to meet you at like special events because I know y'all
Martin
do booths
Freeman.
at some of the cons we've been to,
Who?
but like so you actually
Martin
have
Freeman.
a brick and mortar
Mark
store right
Freeman.
now, right?
yes.
Say it again.
Martin Freeman.
And I'm
Martin
Martin
Freeman.
Freeman.
I know it's Freeman. Why is my brain out?
He's an actor. Love the guy. He's my favorite guy right now. So, and
Yes.
every time my daughter's
He's
around,
done so much.
let's watch The Hobbit. Oh, again, Dad. So,
Love that.
He's done so much stuff too.
yeah.
He did a lot of like the British comedy, like spoofy kind of comedy stuff too.
The slapstick
You were
stuff. Yeah.
mentioning, you asked if I have a brick and mortar. We do have a brick and mortar. We're open
Okay.
Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, but the brick and mortar is mainly going to be hardcore vintage.
Okay.
And we do have a VIP area that's by appointment only for VIPs. So to become a VIP is when someone spends 1,000 with our store. That tells us you're serious. So what we do is we have a massive collection in our warehouse. And say someone's collecting Ninja Turtles, then
Yep.
what I'll do is I'll close the door. I'll lock. They tell me they want to be here Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I close the door for an hour, and the store for an hour, and we give them access to all the Ninja Turtle stuff that we've got. I mean
Whoa.
we've got several, you know, several toys of the same character. So you can pick and choose, build your character if you want, upgrade your weapons or upgrade your figure because you found a nicer one. So that's what we do for VIPs, and it's not really a space for people to come in to the public to come in and kind of everybody wants to come in and play with everything. And it's like no. These are collectible. These are for people who really know what they're looking for, and it's inevitable when people walk back there. It's sensory overload. I mean, it's everywhere. I
So
mean,
is it like a secret room sort of deal?
well, it's
It's
just access to the warehouse. And
yes.
so the
Okay.
way it's an organized chaos. I mean, it's you've been there. you've seen
Texas
it.
Toy Hunter says turtles.
So what'll happen is we'll have a 20-foot section by 20 of all He-Man. Same for Transformers, Ninja Turtles, and so we'll take
Wait a minute. Wait. You said you had a section 20 by 20 of just He-Man?
yeah He-Man, and then
Yes.
same
How
thing-
big
Oh,
is
wow.
this? How big is this warehouse?
You'd have to go
Right.
see it.
the whole warehouse is about 5,000 square feet, and the
It's
store alone is about
huge.
900, about 1,000 square feet, so 4,000 square feet of nothing but toys.
Is there per chance by any happenstance that the M3 crew might
Yeah.
be able to go look behind the curtain of
Behind-
Oz by any chance?
Like come by, yes.
Like the 80s kid in me is just like jonesing to see what this thing looks like.
Absolutely.
And we just built an edition of nothing but VHS and DVD section. I mean, massive amounts of horror and 80s nostalgia and movies. So
You're gonna love it, CJ. You're gonna love
That's
it.
awesome.
Me and my husband have been there before. The Texas Toy Hunter is actually my husband, guys. And
Yeah, he says it's awesome back there.
yes.
so
We're big fans of the retro exchange.
Okay,
Yeah.
this 80s kid is jonesing to get back there.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
that's where we really store everything that comes into the shop, and we get about one or two people bringing in stuff every day, and it's not just toys. It's like I was saying, nostalgic stuff, cassettes, movies, DVD statues. I mean, you name it. And it's a little bit of everything. So you'll never know what you find back there. So it's a lot of stuff.
That sounds
Mike-
like fun.
We actually have a VHS player, so my kids think it's funny because they didn't realize till they got older, especially my daughter. She's almost 20 now, and like she tells me one day, she goes, "Mom, what did you do to me?" I'm like, What are you talking about?" She goes, "I thought everybody my age knew what a VHS player and cassettes and all this stuff was." She's like, "It was just normal in our house." And then one day I realized nobody my age knows what this stuff is. They
Yep.
thought I was crazy.
Raising them right.
Well,
That kind of hurt.
my
Oh my gosh.
wife works at U of H at the athletic department, and they have an old typewriter that she jokes about not getting rid of it because back in like the 90s they bought so much letterhead on the specific paper that goes on that printer on that typewriter. So she'll be up there typing away, click, 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 and the kids will come up and be like, "What's that noise?" And we get over it, like, "Oh, we know that's a typewriter," but she gets that every year. What is that noise? Well, what is it? It's a typewriter, but they don't even have a clue.
They're like, "What's a typewriter? What?"
Okay, yeah. When I was in college, my roommate, the way the beds were, her desk was right at like my head was right at where her desk was, and she would type
Ooh,
papers like no, I'd go to sleep. I'm ADD. I drink Coke and go to bed. She
really?
would do it like right, and it
Ah,
was an electric typewriter. She would just type way into like the wee hours of the night, but she would
Wow.
yeah, I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's
my
funny.
sister took a typing class. I remember her typing
I
away,
did.
and I'd go in there
I
and
I
I'd
took
play
a
on
typed
it.
one
typing
and
class
two.
too. In
Did you
fifth grade, I
What
took
the
a typing
sound?
class.
I remember the first lesson in typing was your home keys. Remember that? Your fingers went on the home
Oh,
keys. And I
Every good boy does fine.
Yes.
yes, I
I never could get my hands in the right spot, no matter what.
same
Prefer
here.
to use the ink on paper.
Well, now I can
I remember.
I can type 90 to 95 words with 90% accuracy.
33. I'm not a writer though.
Well, now you can just talk into your phone. Voice to text.
All right.
Yeah, cheaters.
Yeah, I'm getting spoiled with all the new stuff. I gotta admit, it is spoiling me.
The talk to text. Yep. Even
Except
though the
that it never
autocorrect
sends the
is dumb
exact right message.
sometimes.
Because I did that. I sent a message to CJ at East Texas Comic Con,
It
and
didn't
all of a
come
sudden I look
across
at it
well.
and I
I'm
was like,
like, what?
what? After I said it was already sent, and I'm just like, okay, we need to get together and do an in-bed intro. What?
I'm like, we're
Yes.
doing a what?
Wait. I'm looking at I'm cracking up, and I'm like, my son's looking at me going, what? And I'm like, I need to
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
funny.
That's not right.
It definitely
Oh my gosh.
text. Yes.
I mean,
No.
we're close,
It's like
but I
that game
don't
where you
feel
add it to
we're
the
that
end of the
close.
fortune cookie or whatever.
Yeah, I don't feel that close. So,
Oh my
question for you,
gosh.
Jorge.
Yes.
Do you do Comic Cons? If so, what's your closest ones coming up?
The closest one coming up is Comic Palooza. We're doing that.
Yeah.
It'll be in this month, at the end of the month.
Mhm.
So,
2
Yes.
weeks.
and yes.
2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Oh my god.
3 weeks.
Do you have one in June, July, August in case we
Yeah,
happen
and
to
then
miss
in
those?
June,
2 weeks.
BotCon. We're going up to
3 weeks. It's 3 weeks.
Atlanta
Breathe.
to BotCon. And then we have Days of the Dead in August, and then
Oh, that's got a good lineup.
Houston Horror Film Festival as well.
Is there a
Um,
way that somebody can find those if they miss you on some of those?
Yeah, they go to our Instagram, the Retro Exchange, and we always post the events we're going to go to on our
Yes.
Instagram. And I'm
They're
really
very good.
very active on Instagram. I think I try to be active on Facebook, but I'm just not as proficient. Technology is kind of stuff for me there. So
Oh, it happens.
TBH, I like Instagram more than Facebook, so
There you
I'm
go.
always on Instagram.
yeah,
So I
So
can
it's-
I can attest and confirm that they are always on Instagram posting up where they're gonna be, what cool things they've got.
yeah.
He's got it.
There you go. So he's already said you can find him on Instagram at the Retro Exchange. You can also find him online at theretroexchange.com. That's TheRetroExchange.com. Make sure to catch him there. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. You were a
Yes,
treat.
thank
We
you.
appreciate you and appreciate your time because we know you're a busy, busy man. Mambique, everybody get your wands to the ready. So
Yeah,
stay tuned in next week, or stay tuned in Thursday. We have two things coming up. Stay tuned in Thursday. We're going to have a special by El Ariachi at 7
Yes.
o'clock.
Oh,
A
nice.
short 15-minute. We get to
yes.
see the special. So stay tuned to find out what we're doing
So
with El
come back this
on
week for that
Thursday.
one.
And then we're going to have a pre-recorded, so we're not ignoring you, on Tuesday with Paris Cosplay. Mambique.
Ayo.
And this Saturday, Yukita and I will be at Dagacom.
Dagacom.
Thank you.
Dagacom. DAYGACOM. Dagacom.
Yes.
There you go.
And that is in Dayton, Texas. And we are
Yeah.
actually doing a Harry Potter panel this time. And it is book versus movie themed. So
Yeah.
y'all come on out at 11 o'clock on
Yes.
Saturday. We'll be doing our panel. So y'all
Book is
definitely
always
come
better.
out
Come
there.
ask your questions, guys. We want to answer them.
Yes.
From the
Yes,
author,
and
the
give us
book
y'all's
is
opinion.
always
We'll
better.
be looking at y'all's opinions on that too, because the HBO series is coming out. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. So anyway, all right, y'all don't miss that. And lots of cons coming up too. We got Comic Palooza after that, Kimakwai. So they're all coming up. Come on out and keep your eyes open for all the content coming up. So
There
love
you
you
go.
guys. Till next time.
Make sure to catch
Mischief?
us on YouTube at
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, make sure to catch us on YouTube. We got Mommy Bella, that's me, CJ Peterson, and we both have our channels up. So make sure to check us out on there. Subscribe. Yukita is on Instagram.
And so is the Retro Exchange.
Yes.
Yes.
and Retro Exchange is also on Instagram. So make sure to follow
Yes.
us
So go
all.
ahead and check them out.
Everywhere. We're
And-
everywhere.
Yeah.
On this one, y'all go ahead and hit that like real quick if you haven't yet. Don't forget, hit it right now. Right now. Go ahead.
Do it.
Go for it.
Do it. Just do it.
In the meantime, love you all.
Love you guys. I can't get any hearts,
Mischief
but I still love you.
managed.
Till next time, mischief managed. Bye.